Hi everyone, I just want to say, as well, New Year's Eve stream as well, I just want to say thank you very much for the year, like on the channel. It's been very appreciated, having new people coming on, just able to have a bit of fun with you guys, and you know, through lockdowns have been struggling, and 2021 is upon us, so we're heading towards 2022. The positives being hopefully no more lockdowns. There'll be more content, over 2k of videos as well on my channel. I'm going to try and stream on Twitch more as well. Actually, see if I can fix that up a little bit too, guys. So yeah, I just want to say, look, you know, there's been a lot of videos I've been doing for you guys as well. Just obviously trying to grow this channel as much as I possibly can, and you guys have made that happen. If I can change someone's life, if I can make someone's day, then I've done my job on my end, and you guys as well. So, like, I always appreciate you guys no matter what. Hello there, whoever is watching. So yeah, I just want to say thank you everybody who's been supporting me this whole time, and let's see what we can do.
Right on. Yes. Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Flew away with pace, brilliant timing.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
Abbott shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots, just need to tighten their areas now.
It was a good comeback after that boundary last ball.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Stars are 2 for 185. Nice shot.
That was a massive shot, middled, and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
6 runs as soon as I hit
that. A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score. Quick onto that in the infield.
Well, they decided against the run. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. They'd have made it very comfortably.
Wait. Out! Yeah! Good catch.
So that's the 3rd wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
In my career, sure. Why not?
Great opportunity
I hope
to
you have
come in
a
and
good
put some
news
runs
too,
on the
mate.
board.
Especially the good news too, mate. I don't know if you heard or not.
Very nicely out there on the boundary. No pressure as they've found a gap.
Exquisitely done on the front. but a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
It's what a day, huh?
Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be 4.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
End of a really good over. Taking a wicket and really slowing down the scoring rate. The right-arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the members' end. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Got hit to the boundary last ball and comes back with a dot.
Okay.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Unable to get the scoreboard moving.
Yeah, I know. Oh, seen it myself. Tracy Smith as well.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Doesn't beat the infield.
There was trouble for a moment, but these two were quick enough to avoid the run out.
Oh, they had some of you as well. Graz as well. So...
Drives and misses everything.
I'd say that was the right shot to choose, but timed it badly. Couldn't get the drive away.
Enriquez, great southern stand end.
Yeah, probably.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Alright, should be on.
Hey, man.
Hey,
That's a boundary save for sure.
got a little bit of time.
There'll be one run here for them.
Got to the boundary.
Eh, not too bad.
Passes it into the gap to get a single. Excellent batting.
Oh, went up to 112, so someone ended up subbing after your
Good running.
Yeah, I reckon that's what it was.
The rotation of the strike and keeps the pressure.
I don't
on the
know
ball.
who it was, because I don't think we had really anybody new in on the channel, did we?
No, I had a new on the last couple streams as well.
Couldn't get it through.
I mean, either way, a sub's a sub, so...
Yeah, that's it.
Brief moments, you thought they
Hey Nums, also guys, can I just say thank you very much for the year. Really do appreciate it. If I can put the smile on you guys' faces when you're down and out, happily to do that. It's not all about having the subscribers as well, and I love to grow, but you guys have been great. And with the struggling mental health with lockdowns and that, let's just hope that 2022 there's no more lockdowns and we can all live our lives and go and watch the Pies play in 2022 and kick off the season with a bang. So
End of the over. 7 runs coming from it.
Yeah.
Stars are 3 for 210. Curran, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the members' end. Can't
Did
get
we
that
talk
outside
about
the
the
field.
best 22?
Oh, there you go. A no ball. Maybe
Because
just
I
trying a
know we
little
spoke
too
about
hard.
it earlier today,
Just
but
need
I
to
don't
get
know
more
if we did it
control
on
back.
YouTube, though.
yeah, so I've got plans to do more the best 22 for next season, obviously up until after the pre-season as well. Should be really interesting to see what's going to happen as well, but I think we'll be alright as well.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting.
It's going to be interesting to see who we play. I think we're obviously going to have a lot of guys in the practice matches that probably won't be playing round one because like, we're just trying to see where everyone at.
Yeah.
What standards they can do.
We've seen some very good bowling.
The field will come up now, you think. Pressure should definitely be on
But,
strides to the middle. They'll be looking for another
I
quick
think at the end of the day too, I think we should have
runs
a
it
good
off the
list
face of the bat,
regardless.
almost behind point.
Because the
Plenty
list
of
that I
occasion
gave you,
to pull this
like,
one back.
because a lot of people are saying that we're very inexperienced. Like, the list I gave, like, we were able to do a lot with the experience and then go from there with injuries and stuff. Like, I think I listed both forwards, mids, defenders. Still think we have some decent like backup ruckman too, but like I think we've got a lot of. One thing we do is we've got a lot of depth, and the depth may not be like proven like players, but like we've got actual, actual genuine players in certain positions, like replacing other players. And I think that's going to be the massive difference. Because even if you can look at Lipinski, Kruger, Dacos, Draper, Harrison, Murley and Dean. Yes, we've got those guys, but then you've also got Aiden Begg and AJ who haven't played the game at all. Those guys are basically, we might as well consider them like, in that draft class as well, because like they just haven't played. And then
Brilliant diving stop.
even like someone like Reef that hasn't played, so if he gets some games under his belt, he's basically a brand new player. And then, I mean, I think Lee McMahon's still a project player, but watch out for him. He's another
Just can't bowl that wide
sort
someone
of,
this skill. That's just a simple square cut through to the boundary.
a very
for 4
athletic
runs.
key type of key forward.
Yep.
Where he's, I think, 197.
No one's
But
counting that.
he's
Great
not
job.
a genuine like
Can't fault the
tall like a
bowling.
Cameron or a
Sometimes
Cox.
your opponent is just
He's kind
too
of
good.
more like a
Wonderful
Kruger,
front
where
foot
he's
shot.
very much
There was no point
he's a
chasing
key
it.
forward, but he's an athletic key
Good
forward.
contest here at the moment.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So
It'll be interesting to see
yeah,
how the ball
I
can
just
respond.
think we're just in such a better position, and
Needs a
especially as well if Viking can
That
get
was
to
a
the
solid
point where
shot.
we're playing
Driven off the
guys like
front foot.
Sidebottom
Fantastic cricket shot.
and Canterbury
Probably
into
deserved
forward
more
and
from
back,
13 runs added.
and use that as like a
Are 4 for
pedestal to
242.
like get the younger guys like going, or to at least like develop
The new over. What a
other
disappointment.
guys in the team, like even for like say Darcy
Starting to
Moore to
get
develop his
really
leadership
interesting now. That's
skills.
the 5th wicket, and a very frustrated person is heading back to the
I think
lead.
there's going to be
A lot
massive.
of pressure coming to the crease.
I'll check that out, guys.
Game, and they want to show everyone their strength. Gone, another one
Oh, I
gone.
just
2
went
wickets,
out.
2 balls,
Play that
and they're on a
stupid
roll
ball.
now.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. 6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
I'll definitely get true news, and I will.
A couple on offer.
So yeah,
Good
look,
return back from the deep. Did well just to get it down towards 3rd for some
you know
runs.
I wouldn't mind having, let's, to be honest. Imagine if we had like Adelaide fans in here, Richmond
Always
fans,
back in the ball there. Drives
St
the
Kilda
ball
fans
nicely
in
and
here.
picked the gap at cover very well.
Like imagine just like able to talk footy and have an opinion with them. I think that would be grouse. because you don't see many YouTube channels who are going to talk about their own teams and do what I do, swoop as well, and myself, Pommy as well. Oh yeah, thank you, Grass, as well. I will do that myself in the message. So yeah, like I'm just hoping that the more this channel grows, I think the better it is, and to be recognised in the AFL community as well, and just keeping, you know, improving as much as possible. I think that would be my goal as much as possible.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That was pure elegance, right out of the textbook, that shot.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Good spot there, making it difficult to get away.
But yeah, no, like I think in terms of the list that we have going into next year, I think we're in a really, really good spot. So yeah, if anyone with the Collingwood supporter should be very excited with what's coming, and yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
And to me, like, I know that Terry and Pommy have, you know, mentioned it. There's not many AFL YouTubers out there that do previews and reviews of games. Like, there's, you know, they do fan cams, obviously, like, yeah, you know, that's good.
Yeah.
But you don't see many, like, I know Saints TV's doing that, like, he does previews and reviews of games. Like, he does it straight after. Like, for me, personally, I like to do it, a day or two after, because I'm more calm in a way. I don't want to do it like when I'm in that state of mind, because if I don't do it calmly, then I think I'm gonna, you know, it might change, I may not. So that's why I think as well, like, it's good to make sure that when I do reviews, it's just like, oh, okay, this is what I meant, and able to rate the performance out of 10. Oh, thank you, Graz, and you too, mate. I hope you get to 300 as well. But you don't seem.
The discussion overall. Sorry to cut you off there, but I think it's just the discussion overall. I think is the content that is very much needed, and it is like the content that people are looking after. Because reviewing a game, like, yeah, you can do all that stuff, but I think it's just the discussion of, like, okay, why did we play good? Why did we play bad?
That's
who
it.
was a good player but dropped off? Who was that, you know, fringe player that did that bit more that got us the win, sort of thing. I think that type of content, at least for your own supporters, is like, you know, once you build up an audience, that's the type of content people like to watch.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, like, if Collingwood play, and I don't think he'll be in their best 22, but just for an example, like, if John Noble has 28 touches and kicks a goal or something, and you go for a guy that's a fringe player, you know, he was the difference that week. Just to have content like that, I think, is massive.
And I think as well, like, doing a top 5, and look, I know I started doing, like, I did that 2020, and something like I introduced, but able to go through tactically as well, and try and read through what they're the game plan of the code, like of the teams is gonna do. Like so for example, we know that when it comes with teams like what team can I give an example for? So for example, like with Hawthorn, we know what they like to do under Alistair Clarkson. Sam Mitchell, he might change his game plan, you know, to this year. We know that Carlton under David Teague, the kick heavy game plan.
Because there is a market for being an AFL TV show essentially, but then it being the one person that you can get to know. So it's like it's like when you watch the news and the sports part comes on, and you have someone reporting the news. It's like that, but on a YouTube level.
Yeah.
Like there's a market for that. There's, you know, for you to analyse like what's going on, and for you, as I said, like if like John Noble has 28 touches and kicks a goal, and you know that's the difference in the game. And let's just say in the fourth quarter he has like 12 touches. You go, okay, well normally he averaged 14, but he got 12 touches in the final quarter. And, you know, that's the difference. Or, obviously it's a very basic way to just explain it, but you know, I think there's a market for that where there's a lot of people hammering for that type of content.
Oh, definitely. Grace is asking if you want to shout out.
Oh, I mean, I won't mind it obviously, but yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine.
And I think as well, like, I know David King's one of the best analysts in the game. Like, my opinion, I think he knows how teams play, and he knows his stats really well, and that's something like I wouldn't mind doing. But when teams are playing against Richmond's game plan was the tackling pressure, and it was all about, okay, well, we're going to come at you, we're going to hunt at you with that pressure, we're going to move the ball forward. Teams are working away on how to beat Richmond's system, and for 3 or 4 years Richmond was doing that to every team in the competition. There's only a handful of teams that've played well against Richmond, and I think you probably would agree, like I put Collingwood in that category. Like the two times that we play against Richmond, we were competitive in those 2 games. In the prelim, we dominated them. They didn't. It was our pressure that got the job done. Realistically.
Yeah.
You
Actually,
know.
can someone do a bit of homework? Because I'd really love for someone to do the homework. Who did Collingwood play twice from last year or last season just gone, and now who are we playing twice this season? Because I want to compare the 2 teams, like the teams that we're playing twice. Because I feel like that could also be another thing to where if you want to pinch a game or 2. Because I'm pretty sure from memory,
last year we didn't play anyone twice.
Other than Melbourne, I think we've got bottom 6 teams.
No, we played Essendon twice in 2019.
Okay.
We played Richmond twice.
We lost to Essendon both times, didn't we?
No, we beat Essendon both times.
Yeah. No. Wait. We lost to them, or we won?
2019 we beat them twice. 2020 they beat us COVID affected year, and they beat us twice in this year.
Yeah, so they did beat us in that day.
Yeah, they did. But in 2019 we played West Coast twice. It was 1-1. Same thing in 2021.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying compared to 2020.
We played West Coast. Yeah, we played West Coast twice. In 2020, because we played them and got smacked, and that was a really bad game for us, and then we beat them by a point in that final. And we played Geelong twice, and it was 1-1 then.
Was it Geelong twice you played last year? Or 2020?
Yeah, we beat them in Perth.
16 runs
When we had to travel to Perth for that 3-week period,
Yeah.
we beat them in Perth, and they beat us in Brisbane at the Gabba.
Yeah. Because what I'm trying to get at is that, like, you can look at that and go, okay, if you have a weaker draw, you can pinch a couple wins.
Yep.
So when you're finishing 17th, I think we finished with 6 wins, didn't we? How many wins did we finish
Just
up
threw the
with?
shot too early.
Okay, so Melbourne twice we got a good record against. Adelaide twice.
Yeah, we've beaten Adelaide twice.
Well, we're definitely beating them twice. Carlton, we generally do beat them. Maybe either twice or one or whatever it is. Which is what happened this year. And then we end up playing Brisbane. Do we play Brisbane twice? No, we don't. We play Gold Coast Suns twice. Next year. We normally beat the Gold Coast Suns.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Yeah, no, we'll beat Gold Coast. Because that
time
game
in the world to get in position to play that
like,
ball.
we just did not
Timed
turn
it
up
nicely
that game.
for 4 runs.
The only good thing to come out of that game was Nathan Murphy's mark, and that was about it.
Yeah. That was the only best thing. I missed that. Because obviously...
Strong appeal.
I saw that live. It's fucking good.
Who else did we play twice? Adelaide, Melbourne, Gold Coast, I think Carlton, West Coast, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so...
Because it's normally 1-1 against West Coast. Because I know we got West Coast in at Marvel, which I'm saying we're winning that one. And I'll tell you why. Because the last time we played West Coast at Marvel Stadium, back in 2017, we beat them.
No pressure as they found a gap. Over. The Sixers are none for 44.
Did we play Brisbane Lions twice? It says Brisbane, Port, West Coast, Carlton. Is that right?
Check out the fixture. Because I got a funny feeling. Hang on guys, I do apologise for this. Okay, so we got Brisbane,
okay, so Adelaide, Essendon, Gold Coast, Carlton and Melbourne twice for this year. Alright, let me get up the document.
Essendon twice, which we should beat. So Carlton, Melbourne, Essendon twice, Adelaide twice, Gold Coast Suns twice. We got Fremantle, Richmond, Bulldogs once, with Brisbane, West Coast, Geelong, St Kilda.
So it says here on Fox Sports that it was Brisbane, Port. Okay, so Lions.
Because we're gonna have Brisbane twice this year.
Yeah, no, but I'm just trying to compare the season just gone to next year, and how much of an easier draw it is.
Well, we normally play. Don't we normally play?
I'm not man.
We normally play Brisbane twice.
Keyboard just cracked out. It's fantastic. That's what I needed. Can you guys hear me?
So Essendon twice.
Byfield is now allowed outside the circle.
Oh, fireworks as usual.
And the members zone. Stoinis coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some trouble. Thick edge. Loud appeal. Couldn't get it through the field. Doesn't beat the infield.
No runs on that occasion, got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Too full. Got what it deserved.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for four, driven away nicely.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
I dropped it. Should have had that.
Boundary last ball.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Overpitched and helped to the boundary.
Hey Tom,
A really good
thank you for the
these two
you mate. I always appreciate your support. Glad I can make your day as well. Being a Collingwood fan, like it's always good to have conversations as well. And yeah, let's bring on the year.
The right-hand medium bowler is coming on to bowl. And the great southern spin there.
Oh yeah, thanks man.
Infield.
Same here. Always love you, mate. Always love you, no matter what. I think that's what makes it so much better, is that having chat with random people as well. I think that does make it better. And
Times it nicely. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs. A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run
Alright,
rate?
I should be back now.
alright,
Alright, so I've done the
Good
the
shot.
thing.
Found
Alright,
the
so
gap.
we've got. I've lined up to the teams we've had the same, which is Blues and Essendon.
shit.
But yeah, even if we can get. Actually, I might.
Super shot that.
That's textbook perfect. A lovely drive through the covers. There was no need for the fielders to chase that.
Yeah, definitely, and it's good that
That last ball
when you're struggling
you
through
want to see a repeat
lockdown
of.
depression
You
and
don't
that
want
sort
to
of
be giving
things, I
easy
think
runs
it
away.
certainly does help out as well. So I can always appreciate it.
so Lions, we lost to them both times.
Yep.
Port, did we lose to them both times?
Yes.
Eagles, lost to them both times.
We beat them once, and we lost to them once.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alright,
First wicket's down. Back to the pavilion.
Lose.
Disappointment is
We bet
etched
them both
on their
games.
face.
No, we lost.
Can't believe
Who?
they got out like that.
No, it's all good, I got it. Alright, so here we go. So this is the ultimate question now. So out of what's it, 1, 2, 3. So the 5 teams that we played twice, we got 2 wins.
One run here for them.
So basically two out of 10.
Looking drive. Could have
So
been worth
now the fact that we've got a coach that knows what he's doing, and a coach that is clearly good enough to, you know, do his job. This is how we might be able to convince people to go, okay, we're actually not that delusional. So if you look at the Crows, would you say that we would at least get both wins from the Crows? Because I mean,
Yeah, we'll beat Adelaide twice.
Just for context purposes, let's just say we lose both Melbourne games. Just humour me. Suns, let's just say we bet them twice. Blues, bet them twice, and then Essendon win 1, lose 1.
Well, that was a really solid shot.
That already gives us 7 out of 10. That improves us from 2 out of 10 to 7 out of 10. That gives us another 5 wins. We look at the ladder just off that.
Really starting to get on top of this bowling. May need a few changes to halt this momentum.
Ladder AFL. We finished 17th with 6 wins. Next year. I'm not even, like, I can't even make this up. So if we, just alone, if we improved our team by 5 wins, minus probably percentage, we actually make 8. We actually make the 8.
Yeah, I reckon we would.
And that's with losing to Melbourne twice and losing a game to Essendon. Which is, you know, very realistic. And I think every other team I think we can beat twice. And you know that there are games that are going to happen throughout the year where, you know, we're going to be a lot more competitive. A lot of the games that we, you know, choked in the last minute due to bad positioning and bad coaching, we're going to turn around and turn those games into wins. I don't see how you can't see Collingwood making finals next year.
Did he hit it? I don't think he did hit that.
Yeah. So in saying that, just by that alone, are you bowling or batting at the moment?
I'm live, but I've decided to review it because I think that's close.
Yeah, that might be Nick. Oh, but did the umpire call it out though? Because there might be umpire's call.
Nah, it's not out, it's just missing.
Oh, you might be alright actually. No.
It wasn't a great decision to start with. Not surprised to see the umpire's decision stand.
But yeah, like if
Because that looked out. From where I was, it did look out. I wasn't too sure.
Stoinis ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket.
yeah, so like but even then, like even if we like let's just say we have a really bad game against Carlton and say we lose one of those games. Like it still makes us a game away from the 8.
Oh. And I think we'll make the 8 because, to be honest with you, I think that we're a better team than Carlton. I think that we play better.
I'm more than happy to put a bet on it. Like, I'm more than happy just to be... Whoever, if there's any Carlton supporters out there, if you want to have any bets on who's going to finish higher, I can guarantee you Collingwood will be finishing higher. And if you want to, like, we can do the punishment, we can do a ice bucket punishment. Whoever wants to take me on, I'm all ears. Just make sure you don't back out when you lose.
Couldn't have played that any better.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary. Yep. Can't bowl there. Too full and helped on its way.
Just strayed a little bit to the leg side, and that's been thrashed away through the
that
No,
takes
thank
you
you,
from
Shannon.
a 2 out of 10 team. So for the teams you play twice, that takes you from a 2 out of 10 team to a 7 out of 10 team, which is an increase of 5 wins already.
Yep.
They picked the gap. Perfect timing. Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
3 people watching.
Seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here. Loud shout. A real beauty. Just times it so well.
Good return back from the deep.
Oh, also, Tom, I don't know if you heard the good news, mate.
Oh, are you talking about Bingo?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's got to be out.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if Don's Bingo.
There has been some really good batting strokes.
Because he did do a exposure video on Cardi, and I was like, I think it was about 5. I looked it up on YouTube, all of a sudden it was gone. So I think that's the best thing that's ever happened.
I mean, like, it's just do better shit with your
Nicely
time.
ran,
Like,
working
honestly,
the ball away into the gaps to find the easy single.
you shouldn't have to go out of your way to like harass people just so that you can have a good day. Oh, and I saw
Wow, that's
the
missed a lot.
Instagram post as well about
Just
how
need
it's
to
like, oh,
settle
I've been
down. The
wrongfully,
ball is there to
I've been
hit.
wrongfully
Trying
terminated.
too hard,
so-
I think, to really
Yeah,
smash
okay,
it,
buddy.
rather than just time it.
Nah, mate, we all know that he's up to something.
That's the thing though, the thing that gets me is that he's
Got him.
actually serious. When
Yeah.
it's like, it's even more than a piss take. It's like he's putting this character on for show. But that's the thing, he's not, this is him as a genuine like person. Like, that's how he genuinely is, which is the most crazy part about all of it, is that everything he said or done, you think it's like some part of this like crazy character that he's cooked up and created, but no, that's actually genuinely him.
Pretty disappointing all round.
That's the last thing I want to discuss about him, because it's just not worth talking about any further than that.
We'll have to wait though to face.
What's a shame, Nam? Oh, they probably should have reviewed it. Oh no, it was hitting.
I mean, like, even, I know he's obviously not talking about what I just spoke about before, but, I mean, even in that context, like, it is really a shame, because, like, it seemed like he had an audience, a big enough audience to where he could have done something with it. Like, for, you know, he could have entertained a large amount of, like, a large audience.
Oh, no,
He
100%.
had, what, 1,600?
Over 1,500 subscribers.
Like, that's nothing to sneeze at. Like, that takes effort. For those who don't have channels or don't, that haven't been a part of the YouTube type journey, like 1,600 subs is a lot.
Oh, hello, that Ministan. See.
Get away early with some easy boundaries.
I've also subscribed to your channel as well, mate. G'day.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's a phase and hopefully he grows out of it, but it's not going to happen tomorrow and probably won't happen next week. Let's just hope in a couple of years' time that, I don't know, he can turn his life around for the better. Cause
change to the complexion of this match.
Ah, sweet, mate.
Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging
Yeah, and I think he could have done a lot better on his channel if he wasn't being an arsehole and wasn't exposing people. Like, stay out of other people's business, like it's got nothing to do with you.
But it was just the lengths he would go to, like even like...
No, not you, mate, it's all good.
I've quoted a few times, and I think I've mentioned it a few times, like even the video he had on...
Yeah, I saw that, Sports Girl.
Like, and it's just like if he turned around and said, yeah, I just said all those things just for clickbait and for all that stuff, and it's okay, cool, like, you're still not a perfect human being, but at least you're being honest with what you're doing.
Ah, it's all
just
good.
seems like but everything he's doing is obviously, like, it's...
Wonderful batting at the moment.
Again, I don't even want to
boundaries, putting the pressure on the bowler to respond.
I wasn't expecting YouTube to get rid of his main. I think it could have been that exposed video they did with Cardi to maybe people reporting for that. That's what I reckon that's what it was.
At the end of the day, he's made his bed and he's got a guy in it.
Oh, that's it. And you know the funny thing is, right, what he's doing is actually illegal.
Yeah, for sure.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
So
10 runs added.
I just think that's funny.
Easy catch. Didn't have to move.
Around the wicket, got a wicket. Yeah, I should love to know.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease. Big shout.
Mate, apart from being Collingwood, I got a lot of respect for Melbourne. Congratulations on winning the 2021 Grand Final. I got a lot of respect for you, mate. Congratulations. You Melbourne fans deserve it.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
Big edge. Huge appeal.
Yeah, they were. you know what? You might have a new subscriber, Sean.
Yep. Yeah, no, anyone that wants to...
Mate, and this is what I was talking to Sean about as well, like, to be able to do it. Oh, that's pitching. That is pitching, and it's just missing. You kidding me? How close can I get? That's just missing. Wow. No, I did not know that, Dev. Did not know that. But that's why, like, next year I want to try and...
I did know that. In fact, someone I know actually taught him as well too, as a
You just
teacher.
cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
How does everybody know where these people live? Like, it's amazing.
I mean, like, I don't know where he lives or anything, but because I know one of his teachers that I know through other ways, or through just, you know, going around doing stuff. Yeah, I know her pretty well, so.
It's easy runs there at this level when
yeah, she's a teacher
and
she teaches at the school.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to mention who, but well, sorry, mention where, but yeah, yeah, she's like told us like a few stories about him and stuff, and basically the story about how he rocked up to, you know, the school and stuff, talking about how like when he got his first IPL contract and how happy he was. And just how he was just over the moon, just being like, oh, I just can't believe, like, because he got paid, he got crapped out, Jesus.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. That Minnesota, like, tend to agree, like, and this is what it's all about as well.
Collects that one, simple as you like inside the ring.
So we are 9:52. It's 55 minutes in. Wow. Spending it with you guys and streaming, I'm glad I am.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Yeah, I think he will.
Seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot ball.
Over. The Sixers are 3 for 107.
Nah, it's all good, man. These people are so sad.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, what's going on?
Oh, Tracy Smith 19.0
again.
putting bloody addresses in the chat. So stupid. Literally, it's annoying when that happens. I feel like Ben Brown was great this year, yeah, but he didn't play that much. Played well at the end. Find it hard to believe that Collingwood was the only team not to lose to Melbourne. Yeah, I know, right? That's one.
No, every team. There's actually a stat where if you look back at every team, I don't know what the stat would be, but if you look back every year, there's always at least one surprise team that always beats the premiers. Like, I remember in 2010, we lost to Brisbane, that was a bottom four side. And I'm sure if you go and look back, there's always at least one that was above.
And we lost to Hawthorn that year too.
Getting nicely set
What's that?
crease now.
We also lost to Hawthorn that year too.
Hawthorn made finals in 2010,
Could
didn't
go to
they?
the boundary.
Fine placement and enough timing to
Don't think they played finals in, oh maybe.
But Brisbane were like 17th or something. Like, they were like really low, like 17, 16. I don't think they were bottom, but they were definitely in the bottom four.
If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
There's always at least one team.
It's funny that
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yeah, it's just
we
every team is, like, decent.
got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
2016, right? We beat Sydney, correct? No, we lost to Sydney Bulldogs. I think from memory we lost to both of them. Yeah, we did. But we did beat in 2019. We beat Richmond.
Shot found the gap.
2011 we only lost to Geelong. But 2012 we beat Geelong the following year twice.
Yeah, but if you go back in 2011, I guarantee you Geelong would have lost to a team at least in the bottom four, bottom six. There's always one.
Nah, it's all good, mate.
That's out.
Hi, Kevin Collingwood fan, how are you, mate? 6 people in the chat. Well, this is great news. An hour into the stream, and I'm getting these viewers. So, yeah, I appreciate every one of you guys.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see that, Sean?
End of the over, 10 off it.
What was that?
Sixers,
They've changed some of the fixtures for the AFLW for round 1
Armour to bowl
because of the
the
border thing.
power play. It's going to be very tough to stop these two free-flowing batters.
What, so in terms of the dates are moved, or it's just people playing?
No, the games. Some of the games have been moved
Oh, okay.
Time that
because of the whole border thing.
That's a very difficult
Yeah.
shot to get right. Straight back at the bowler.
So there's some games in, like,
Pace,
Western
covering
Australia
fielder
and
had
stuff.
no chance.
Yeah,
Is it just Western Australia that's locked down, or is there others?
well, Western Australia is the only ones that are keeping their board shut till about February, until they reach that 80 or 90% rate.
Come back after that boundary last ball.
So, if you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream as well, and please share it as well for more future content. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe as well to the channel,
sweet off the bat.
and as well subscribe to my man Ultimate Greatness as
Right in
well.
line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
So if you guys can do that,
Don't mind getting
you know,
hit
do
for
that, that's pretty impressive, I would think. Five likes. Freo Pies, Crows, Lions, and Melbourne are most likely going to win the AFLW flag. Yeah, I don't think Carlton are in that category. North Melbourne could potentially be a chance as well.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've thought about the AFL so I wouldn't even. And even when I was thinking, like having it in my mind at the time, it was only really Collingwood orientated. So, like I would, and even though I went to a few Collingwood games, like every time I'd rock up, like I wouldn't even know like. You know, if we were playing the top team, bottom team, like I'd only just be guessing just by watching them play.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. What was it? Did we play Fremantle at Victoria Park?
I think we do, yeah.
And whatever. I can't remember if they had a good year or bad year.
Oh, and you want to know what else as well?
Oh yeah, they must have had a good year. Yeah, that's right. Because we played. Was that the game where we played really well against them?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
yeah,
I was
pretty
like,
much.
oh, okay, Freo must be pretty bad this year, and like, and then once I basically like said that, someone ended up like, you know, telling me pretty quickly like, nah, Freo's like basically like, I think they were on top, or if they weren't on top, they were second or something. So obviously once that happened, I'm like, oh, okay, well shit, obviously I have no idea what I'm talking about then. But it just looked like the way that we played, we made them look like a bottom side, like a bottom four side, or however many. I don't even know how many teams are in the competition now, because there's so many teams that are coming in each year. It's always hard to keep count.
I do know that the others are coming in next year as well. Well, not next year, the year after. So we got Hawthorn, Port, Essendon.
Yeah. It was definitely a team that was like top four, but we absolutely just obliterated them. And I just thought, oh, okay, I guess they just must be bottom four. And yeah, someone definitely called me out on that at the time. Like, no, they're actually like top four and they're actually really good. So, oh, okay.
You can't fault the bowling.
I think he might hand up retiring, mate. I think Dusty might. Wouldn't surprise me. Not trying to be nasty.
Is it that bad, you reckon?
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's because of his father. Like, he's spending Christmas with his family in Sydney. Because he hasn't seen much of his father, it might take its toll on him. But that's.
He'd retire though. Like if he did, it wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, if
picked that ball with a lovely shot off the front foot.
That's fine. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he came out and he said, "Yeah, I just don't have any passion for the game anymore." And he probably won't at some point, because his dad's passed away. But I don't even think it'll get to the point where he like fully goes away until he's like, you know, physically ready to go.
Just lent on that.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do much and got four.
And that's not. And some people say, "Oh, you're being nasty, blah blah blah," and you stop saying shit. It's like, oh mate, he hasn't seen his father over 2 years.
Exactly where you want your fielders to
Oh
throw
shit.
as a wicketkeeper, right over the top of the stumps. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
But yeah, like I do feel sorry for anyone in that situation. Like I really do.
It's even like regardless. I mean, at the end of the day, like we all love to have banter here and there, but at the same time, like you know, we're not here to be like savages or anything like that.
Nah.
You know.
And you're gonna get your idiots out there. Oh hi Mike, how are you mate? As well. You're gonna copy idiots on social media and on YouTube as well. But I think with Dusty, like I do feel sorry for him, like losing a father, especially being ill, and for him to play footy, it can be pretty tough because COVID affected you as well.
Good piece of fielding.
You know, and I truly think that whatever the decision the Australian government made, okay, you know, you probably would respect that and think, okay, that's a decision that they made. It may not be a good one or not, but at the end of the day, like this poor bastard, he's dealing with a lot. I think a lot of people, I think, should just back off from him and just let him do what he needs to do. And, you know, if he does retire, it's not going to shock me one bit. And that could be a top 5 prediction. I think that could happen. And if people going to say, oh well, you know, but I just think it's family. Like at the end of the day, like if I was in that situation, I probably may not give a shit about the game at all. Like I probably might be thinking, well, you know what, family comes first in this. Screw football. And you're not letting your teammates down, and I certainly don't think that.
Well, he's probably also got a lot
drives
of
the
money
ball away nicely and
play
pick the
with
gap
as well,
at cover
I
very
imagine,
well.
so. I mean, I don't know his like financial position, but you'd think after as many years as he's been a Richmond player.
Oh, thank you, mate. I really do appreciate that.
Like he would have some like serious cash like saved up, and you know, I'm sure even the endorsements that he would have got, like, you know, if he's got enough money to live off, I think, yeah, maybe that's also could be another factor as well.
No interest in that one for the matter. Stanley will be
Because at the end of the day, right, how many players had to retire due to health problems or something like that, or family? A lot of players have done that.
Yeah, like I don't mind if players do that, but just like, yeah, at the end of the day, like as long as you're putting your health first, like, you know, especially as well, because regardless, you know, even as a Collingwood supporter, like Dustin Martin has given so much to the game, it's not even funny. So, you know, for him to just be like, alright, that's it, I'm out. Especially because it's not like he's just doing it out of the blue, like, you know, if the kidney injury isn't that bad, and it's a thing of like, well, he could have gone on, but, yeah, I think he's already given enough entertainment, and even if it was a Collingwood player, like, I'd still back them in, because it's like,
yeah.
it would, and even, because yeah, like at the end of the day, like, we need to always have a mentality of, as, you know, we need to make sure that these guys are getting back to their families, not only back to their families, but also back in one piece as well. And I think the more we do that, you know, the better we are, even as just as a society in general, because it's just, footy is awesome, don't get me wrong, but you are kidding yourself if it's more important than family or, you know, anything like that. So
Oh, I totally agree, and I agree with his comment as well, but at the end of the day, family's always first, and how many players that these days that their partners or their wives come on and said, look, you know, football has...
The only exception to the rule on that is maybe if it's like a grand final. But then, obviously, you know, families obviously do that. Like, to me personally, like, if I had an AFL career, and obviously I don't want to say it's too loud, but not that I obviously have one, but you know, if I was ever to have an AFL career and I'd worked my absolute arse off, like let's just say I had a 10-year career at that point, worked my arse off every damn year, pre-season after pre-season. If I was, you know, like having a kid or something, and you know that kid was coming, say, the week of the final, like a grand final. Especially when it's a grand final, I think it's like I think that you would probably like have, and obviously they would have the each player would have their discussions with their family members and all that stuff. But
I think they'll play.
yeah, when it's a grand final, it's a little bit different. But yeah, when it comes to like home and away games, things like that, like the matches that don't really matter that much. Yeah, no, regardless, like family. But even then, even if someone pulls out because of family reasons, and it's a grand final or something like that, you should never really be annoyed if anyone backs out due to family reasons. But yeah, I think when it comes to a grand final, I think that, not that it's our decision.
I think the Alex Rance one was a little shock one. Because there were rumours going around. Like, massively rumours about him.
Yeah, it kind of puts a little bit of... It's not that it makes the rumours true, but it makes the rumours more enticing with how he finished up. Like, you kind of... It just opens the door up that little bit more for them to be true.
Yeah, the can of worms as well.
And good night.
Yeah.
Hit it well to pick up 4.
And then the fact that, because it was what, Higgins as well, and even Higgins isn't that Richmond anymore.
Still got to hit them. Majestic batting.
Well,
I mean, the club, because Higgins went before Rance, yeah?
yeah, Rance was injured.
Yeah, but he didn't retire though.
Yeah. And Higgins went to St Kilda.
Yeah. Yeah, but in terms of being the first one to be out of Richmond, Higgins was gone before Rance, yeah? Regardless of injury or whatever.
Can't bowl there. Too full and helped on its way.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely.
Think so? I'm not 100% sure. Did you know Dustin Martin's dad was a rebel? Yeah, I've heard that he's got a record. Hi VD Entertainment, thank you for the year, mate.
Or just in general, or is that like I don't know what that is.
He used to be with the bikies.
Drives and misses everything.
Yeah, I think that was
right shot to choose, but it was just timed badly. Just couldn't get the drive away.
I mean, I don't really take much interest in stuff like that, to be honest. Like,
Right in the slot.
I'd rather just keep things footy and keep it footy related, to be honest. Like, that's just me, but...
Yeah, no, fair enough. But yeah, because I know that Higgins used to bag, Jack Higgins used to bag for St Kilda as a kid.
That's probably why he went to St Kilda.
Yeah.
Because he's probably like, yeah, no.
Because he didn't want to leave Richmond. Because he had that brain surgery as well for bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so, man. But I think
Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merit.
I think as well, like it's, you know, Dan Butler was one of them as well. I just got another wicket.
Dan Butler doing anything. I think that just came down to, you know, there was too much pressure on keeping all those guys and someone had to go. So they thought Butler was
Oh, 100%.
a necessary evil in terms of getting rid of. I don't think he left due to like controversy though. Or there was
No.
a time of there being
A little bit of room,
controversy.
and you see how quickly the ball races away.
Well, apparently Damien Hardwick got involved in that whole thing about Alex Ransing, but yet he had a relationship with a staff at Richmond, and there was rumors going around like that, you know, that could potentially be sacked and that sort of stuff. And those rumours were flying around.
Just talking about like footy though as well, like they actually did really well in the draft. I was actually really surprised how they did that, and then
Richmond or
but
St
they even
Kilda?
tried to get the number one draft pick as well too.
Yeah, Richmond did.
Simple as you like inside the ring.
You know why? Because they knew that eventually they had to get some picks in the first 30. And if they didn't do that, then they wouldn't be able to get the kids that they've got in now.
Yeah, they basically did us, but they had more to play with because Richmond didn't fuck up their picks like what we
Didn't
did.
time it at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Like we should have had such a good team because just by what was it? I'm trying to think. Who was the two?
Good work there on the boundary.
Because we got. I'm not gonna bash Trevor with the 2 first rounders, but even just Beams and Stevenson, they were all associated with 3 first round picks.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you, if we have the people we have now back then, and we had those 3 first round picks, could you imagine of like who we could have picked up then? And mind you, we could have picked up even, let's just say, out of those 3, let's just say even 2 were duds. Even like worst case scenario. But there's always, even with the one first round pick, I mean, we would have picked up somebody.
Thank you for that, mate. I much appreciate that. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please also subscribe as well. Like, it does mean the world to us as well, and to have people like you around and able to have a discussion. Like, if you guys disagree, you let us know. And I'll happily say, oh no, you're wrong. But I tell you like the bottom of my heart, like, I don't say things to be an arsehole. I say things because, you know, that can be a possibility. Like, I bet you anything now, I go on some Collingwood page and as my top 5 predictions for 2022 that Dustin Martin might retire, or people will be jumping down your throat, or you shouldn't be saying shit like that. And so, well, mate, this is just my opinion. I think he might because of. Like,
especially if your part is to give a prediction, and given what has happened, like it's not like you're saying. I'm trying to think of who had a good. It's like saying, "Oh, Shai Bolton's going to retire at the end of the year because he's going to fall and break a leg." Like, you're not saying that. Like, Shai Bolton's in probably career best form and is, you know, doing amazing work. Like, you're not saying it to a player like that. You're saying it to a player that went down with a kidney injury, and the kidney injury was very serious. It's not like... Yeah, some people just need to chill because... I mean, I've said it a few times over the last however long, but people just need to chill, and just because...
Oh, thanks, man.
We need to stop getting it... We need to stop having this extreme mentality where it's like, you either love something or you hate something. I'd always find people like that to be so annoying. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what do you... Like, nobody... Like, you just can never have a good conversation when you go down those paths. Because it's like, I can say, oh, such and such player is bad. But as long as I'm not, like, saying, oh, yeah, that player is shit, but then not saying anything, okay, yeah, then that's, you know, that's a poor conversation, and that's a poor choice of words, because I'm causing drama just for drama at that point. But if I'm actually saying, hey, I don't think this player is bad because of these reasons, and it's all valid, then that's, yeah, completely fine. But I don't know, it's like whenever people hear criticism, in, you know, in recent times, like, people take it as if it's like a personal attack when it's really not.
No, well, that's
people
it.
just need to chill.
And I think as well, on top of that as well, like, I do have sympathy for people. Like, I do have a heart. Unless
there's no doubting that.
If there's people, if you want to know one person who doesn't have a heart, there's one YouTuber like we all know who doesn't. He's so up himself, and I'm actually glad in the way he got terminated. But I think with Dusty, that it was an unfortunate incident, and I know Dusty's done some shit in the past. When he acted inappropriately towards a that's alright, man. When he acted inappropriately towards a female at a restaurant with the chopsticks, and yeah, you know, Richmond in punishing the AFL looked into it, and he went on and won a Brownlow medal and won 3 North Smiths. But I think as well, like, it does get to a point where you got to think, well, you know what? At the end of the day, you just look at Dustin and you go, what a career he's had. And I'm actually glad that he got to entertain me as a fan watching the TV. But knowing that when we play Richmond, he was that one player, I'm like, oh crap, we have to stop him. I know we can stop him. Levi Greenwood has to go to him. Let's piss him off a little bit. And that's how I look at it when we play against Richmond. It's Dustin Martin. How we can.
Actually, you want to know a perfect example about people just needing to like chill out? Is that because I mean obviously we know with like Taylor Adams, if people want to criticise Taylor Adams and they say, oh, I don't think Taylor Adams is a very good field kick, like, the explanation that we had before is that, oh, any criticism that you would, like, you know, tear the person's head off and things like that, verbally and things like that. Like, if someone said that about Taylor Adams, I'd actually agree with them, because, like, as much as I like Taylor Adams and I think he's a fantastic player, and, I mean, I can't speak to probably Taylor Adams the person because I just obviously don't know him. I mean, I only know him from, you know, AFL games and things like that, but yeah, like he's kicking around the ground is something that needs to improve on. But, like,
yeah, I agree.
That's the thing. Like, I'm happy to have that discussion and actually like talk through. Like, but then like say, okay, but I think he's a good player because of his inside work, and as an inside midfielder, I think he's one of the best in the comp. It's just that when he does his outside work and he has to hit a target or he has to do some kicking, sometimes he can have some very woeful kicks and those kicks can stand out a lot more than you actually think. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, I find it very...
I think with Fife, I think he will have a good year. I think he might play more forward than midfield, but I think that's what you got to do. Like, you can't let poor Fifey doing the hard one.
If he's injury free, I mean, he'll finish like top 20 in the Brownlow. Like, he's an absolute diamond there.
Yeah, he is. Oh, I've got a lot of respect.
Yeah, over the last 3 years now, he's just been injured. So, and that's like, and that to me, as someone that watches AFL and is a fan of AFL as a whole, like, that sucks. Because Fife is probably. I don't know off the top of my head if he's probably my favourite player, but like, he's definitely up there in terms of guys that if I know if Fife is playing and Fife is on and Freo are on the TV, like, that goes a long way with me watching a Fremantle game over other games.
Yeah.
Like, there are just certain players, you know, if they're on, you go, shit, I gotta watch that game because I just want to see what he does. Because you don't know what he's going to do, but you know it's going to be awesome. Like, he's just one of those players. Like, he's the type of player where he's the one that gets bums on seats. You know, Toby Green is another one. I guess, yeah, Dustin Martin is another one.
There'll be one run here for
Five
them.
for no, I don't think he's going to win a Brownlow. Like,
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows.
because he's in his 30s now, isn't he?
Pressure on the bowlers.
I'm not too sure.
And we don't know how he is from an injury point of view. We don't know if he's
Power and precision in that shot.
Good shot for
we don't know if he's
See how quickly the ball.
I know he was injured during the pre-season. He's gonna have operation as well, but don't think that will affect
Oh,
him.
he's already injured now, is he?
I think it's his knee or something. I'm pretty sure. Can you guys correct me on that? Was it his knee or did he something?
No, if that's the case, then he ain't winning that Brownlow.
Gets onto the back foot quickly, and that's just.
Oh, his shoulder. That's right. Was too. Thank you, Nom.
Good timing and driven
I knew he was
Pre-season.
injured. Just, yeah. I think his shoulders are.
Has he been injured because of his shoulders, or is that a new one?
I think he had to have surgery on it or something. I'm just gonna put the light on in my room.
But is that a reoccurring injury though, or is
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it could be.
Yeah.
Get a single, which is good.
No
But
pressure.
yeah, like it's obviously now, like it's definitely do see it. Here's another one that might be my top 5 prediction. If you guys want to hear it first up, Jordan De Goey will not be at Collingwood at the end of 2022. You mentioned that.
That's gone all the way. Right.
You heard it first. If that comes out correct, you guys can thank me for it.
Got onto the back foot and pulled it away to get it up and over the boundary.
Don't know if Sean heard me or not.
Gone. It's a good catch.
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and the disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they've got out like that.
And with that wicket, we see a change out in the middle. Clark, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
Alright, I should be back now.
I don't know if you heard my prediction.
No, I didn't. When my cabbage card cracks out, I
To
can
get
do
it round the
anything.
corner for an easy run.
I was saying, as a prediction, this could be top 5. Jordan De Goey will not be at Collingwood at the end of season 2022.
So you think by 2023 he won't be on the list?
Yeah, or we sack him before 2022, or during the 2020 season.
Quick onto that in the infield.
That is a possibility.
But that's two separate predictions though, isn't it?
Could be, but if you put it in one prediction, because Collingwood have said, right, we'll
Yeah, but
wait.
if you just say that he won't be on the list, like he won't be on Collingwood's list in 2023, that covers all bases. Unless if you want to be super aggressive and say it'll be like sometime
Clark has
during the
got the
season,
big shot away this
or
over.
like it'll
Now
be
he can
like
focus on
inside
playing
of.
the next ball.
Or sometime during 2022 or something. Yeah, I could say that as well.
Yeah.
Geez, you mentioned the fan camps on that.
Strokes
I
it
mean,
languidly
at this
away
point,
to
I
the
kind
fence.
of
A lovely
talking
shot.
about it, to be honest, until he's
Well
actually
away
like on
square,
the field
nobody
training, or
anywhere
at least
near
like
to the
playing
field
the
to cut it
game.
off. Meredith giving away too much wicket.
I just feel like we're just.
I know, but the I don't think we can hide from it.
Get it through the field.
Well, that would have been a very
Yeah, well, I'm
risky
trying
run.
my
The
best.
right call was made
Yeah.
in the end.
I know, man. It's probably shouldn't be saying it, but yeah, it's just that gut. It's just that gut feeling in me. I just got that gut feeling that Bye-bye Dugari. Because I've had this discussion with another Collingwood fan on Facebook, and he said, oh, I don't want to see Jordan Dugari doing well in another club, and I said, well, I would for starters, because like at the end of the day, like, and even some people agree with me on Instagram as well, that there could be, you know, what's more important, our sponsorships or or the people that the club, if they feel uncomfortable about John DeGurry because of these incidents keep reoccurring, then you're going to lose people and sponsorships. And we already lost the sponsorship due to Sharad Wellingham's drink driving, and we know that it's only drink driving, but still that.
Was that why he wanted to go
Just
home?
can't seem to get the ball away. That's the third dot.
I think that happened early on. That was wipe off 5, I think, from memory.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't like within 12 months of him saying he wanted to go home then?
No.
Good looking shot.
Okay.
Back into position easily.
I think it was that sponsorship. I'm not 100% sure, but
End of the over. 5 off.
we did have a good sponsor, and we did lose it. I think. Just can't remember what it was, but
Doesn't beat the infield.
it was hard for us. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And if some people want to have a crack at the club for that, I'll back the club in regardless of their decision. Like, I will respect it. I might disagree with it, but I'll still continue to bag for the club. Because as I've said, no one's bigger than the club. We all know that for a fact.
Nice shot.
Is that 4 or 6? Oh, it's 4 runs.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it.
Actually, are you still able to hear me, Kev?
Yeah. It's your capture.
Alright, I'll change over to capture card, see if that's better.
Punches it into the gap to get a single. Excellent batting.
Oh, you gotta hate that. I feel sorry for you, mate. I really do.
Got all of it.
I hit that superbly for 6. Look at
Just waited on it.
that.
Got given a bit of width and launched it all the way.
Oh, he's got onto a massive 6.
This was the slow ball, and it didn't fool anyone. Got the timing just right. Beautiful shot.
What a shot. That was unbelievable. That was a massive 6.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me or not yet?
It's really hard not to get caught up in the excitement. The crowd are loving every minute of this game.
That's a tough call for the bowler. I thought that was there to be hit.
Alright, I should be able to hear you now. Is that better?
Yep.
No.
No, that's out. That is out. Glenn Maxwell will come to the
that
crease.
better?
It's a long way
Yeah,
back
I
to
can hear you
first.
perfectly, man.
You can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle.
Oh, there's so many predictions I've got. Oh, they started already. It's 4 runs.
And as it turns out, pretty costly.
Oh,
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
yeah, I can definitely.
Alright. 2 for 84. If I can bump that up a bit. Glenn Maxwell goes big on the full toss and it's 6. So that is what we needed. Joe Clark, does he go big on that shot? And he does, and he goes 4 runs. So again, that's a good shot. Does he back weight? I think he'll play on the offside and he just gives it an easy single for the Melbourne Stars. Now, to everybody that doesn't know, I am a Melbourne Stars fan as well. So, our game got cancelled due to one of their coaches that had COVID, and then there's 7 players as well. And that's 4 runs as well. And 5 AFLW Gold Coast Suns players got COVID as well. So, big news coming out today. Maxwell goes bang, and that's 4.
Tried to take the pace off by rolling the fingers across the seam. It's a great shot. Didn't take a lot of effort to get it away.
Alright, that should be back now. And I've changed over my capture card to
good return there, back from the deep. Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
I heard they want to trade the goes to the Giants for some high round picks.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
How many first round picks do the Giants have? Do they have more than 2?
These deliveries are there to be hit.
Oh, probably. Who knows?
Actually, I'll just be back real quick. I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Alright, cool.
Onto the legs and
4 runs as soon as I hit that beautiful shot.
Off the middle, and it flew to the boundary.
Cuts that off well in the infield.
Got hit to the boundary last ball and come back with a dot.
Nicely taken. Quick to latch onto it.
So that's the 3rd wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to
Should just go down.
Get big runs on the board.
Oh, luckily I'm safe.
That shot sees them get their innings started.
No, I'm out.
It's another wicket, the 4th now. Sometimes you just accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
Cartwright comes out to bat in a bit of form, but it'll be interesting to see how they go today. Very quick out there, managing to stop it, preventing 4 runs.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Sorry about the barking, guys. My dog's barking because of the thunder. Not thunder, I mean the fireworks.
into the gap.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised my dog
Got
hasn't
their
gone
head
like that.
right in line with the ball.
Oh, she did at the start,
Strike
but
there,
she's
down the
been pretty
ground.
good now.
I hate when they do it early. If you're gonna do it about midnight.
Even do it like 20 minutes before.
A brilliant throw in from the deep capsule.
There's no need to do it like nearly 11 o'clock.
Lamichane did very nicely out there on the boundary. Absolutely nailed it.
6.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter, right at the top of their game.
Leg glances, a single potentially will get through and does get through perfectly safe.
Really raced between the wickets after it was clipped away nicely behind square.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain
10
make a
overs
change?
remaining. If I can get
That
past.
too many loose deliveries. Gone. Not a great shot.
So you're able to hear me clearly and everything?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Starting to get really interesting now. That's the 5th wicket and a very frustrated person is heading back to the pavilion.
Pressure will definitely be on for the new batter as they take guard. Wade
Need to start
will be
really.
onto their bowlers to pick up another quick wicket.
5 for 126. I scored like over 250 something. 180, 190 could be the way to go about this. I just can't quite hit that where I wanted it. Even if I get a single, get Joe Burns on strike.
Hear me, Kev?
Yeah.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
So they've done really well to restrict me from trying to hit massive over the top. Like obviously it was a bit early on the shot, so I can't really do much when they do that.
So easily done to knock it behind square.
End of a really good over, taking a wicket and really slowing down the scoring rate.
Now Nathan Coutinho, what does he do from this position? Does he try and whack one across for 6? Or does he try and really
Is that better?
get a single? Yeah, I can hear.
Alright, that doesn't seem
That's
good.
gone.
That's gone as well, so again another wicket. Tend to lose a little bit hope now.
6th wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. Will
Alright, is that better?
though, to face
Yep.
the first ball.
You there, Kev?
Oh, lucky 4
That
runs.
really is
Yep.
a fantastic straight drive. Nothing the bowler could do to stop it. It just flew past and straight to the boundary.
Yeah, no, my audio is really terrible.
That would have
right
been
now.
a very risky single. In the end, a good decision to stay put.
Just gonna close it and come back in. Alright, is that better?
They decided
Yeah.
against a run. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. They would have made it comfortably. Strong throw in from the outfield, right to the stumps.
Over. The Stars are 6 for 134.
180, 190 should be the way to go about
Just
it.
need one
But
more to really top it off. Finds the
Why
fielder
isn't
with
my
that shot.
audio?
Is it going to be 4? It is.
Has a shy at the stumps, but they were well safe. And to add insult to injury, the ball flies to the boundary. I think that's called for the front foot, not by much, but that doesn't
4 runs and a no ball, so a free hit coming my way. Let's see what I can do now.
Nicely played.
And it's 6.
So early, the timing was brilliant, and that has stayed here. Fantastic. Just through the shot too early.
The crowd are really getting quite raucous. It's going to be difficult to focus down in the middle with this amount of noise. Oh my, that's racing away. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Wow, after all that. Yep. The Sydney Thunder beat the Strikers. What Tom was saying. It's all 6. How lucky. How lucky am I getting? That was just pure luck.
What happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come. Needs to be on target.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
End of the over. 23 off it. Stars are 6 for 157.
Yep. No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
I wanted to try and go big. Remember, if I can. I do. And it's 4 runs. So just pure luck in that sense.
Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
That's 6.
It was a shorter ball, but seemed really early. Quickly onto the back foot and
6 for 167, so we'll get to that 171.80.
Nicely clipped off the pads.
Flick that one away, and it should be 4 runs. Again, good batting.
Timed it nicely for 4 more.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
Alright, you there, Kev?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
No pressure as they found a gap.
A single to end the over. So at the end of the 13th over, 6 for 173. Now in the 14th over. Now, and this could be anything. And that's gone all the way for 6. So we have reached that 6 for 179.
Alright, is that better?
Yeah, I can hear.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Ooh. On normal, I believe.
Good bit of timing there.
Just a little bit of room given.
Congratulations, Nam.
It's flown over the boundary.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
Hard to stop them in this sort of form. It's a half century and they've blazed them to all corners so far.
you listen to the crowd, they are loving it. Difficult to hear yourself think in here.
It's out.
Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now. You need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here. Beautifully played through the
Sampa goes around the corner, hits in the air but safe. Probably didn't need to try and play that shot because no one could have kept that run rate going. That's out too. So try to play that on the onside, on the offside. And
8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
With the fall of that wicket, we have a new batter at the crease. Stanley will be looking to make a strong start to their innings.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field. Stanley gets off the mark. Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike. Well, another chance to bowl that one. Really can't have been wide by much, though.
Good shot. A beauty.
Good return, back from the deep.
6 runs added in that over. The Stars are 8 for 197. Lamishane, the spinner, coming into the attack.
Shannon, why did you time out people? It wasn't spamming. There's no need for it.
Too good. Not sure.
Is it 4?
Yeah. In the air for a long time, but 4.
Yeah, but it's someone new. Yeah. You're not too sure, ask me.
Really good shot there.
Cross the boundary, last ball, punches it into the gap to get a single. Excellent batting. Yeah.
That's a boundary save for sure.
Yeah, I unhidden it.
Big appeal.
Not now. He dropped him. And I managed to get 3 runs out of that one.
Good precision with the throw, back from the deep.
10 runs added in that over. Stars are 8 for 207.
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keep pressure on the bowlers.
Sounded good.
That's gonna be 4 runs as soon as he hit that over the 200 mark and playing beautifully. So you need to try and hit every ball for 6. It was all about that timing. If I could get that timing,
Excellent catch, close to the bat.
9 down now. The bowlers have nearly completed the job. The openers out in the field will be getting themselves.
Might have to take Shannon's mod away, Sean. Sean?
Nice running between the wickets. Clipping the pads, not the bat though. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Single.
Nice.
So we get to 215 after 18th over, I think it is.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Shannon timed out the guy and also hitting, which I had to unhide him.
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing.
The new guy that was on here.
Take the pace off by rolling the fingers across the seam. It's a great shot.
So I might have to take Shannon's mod away if he keeps this up.
Oh my word! What a catch!
Oh, that's.
Hang time on that one.
Oh mate, that hurts.
Really good innings comes to an end. That's going to be a tough total to chase. Someone is going to need to step up for a big score.
Alright, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I know, mate. Still having me trouble.
Oh, I hate this capture card so bad, it's not even funny.
Oh, did you swap it or?
No, not yet. Well, I swapped it for an older capture card I had, but that's even worse than what this one is.
Shaw is new to the crease.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Be keen to feel
Couldn't
back
even
on
get
ball
audio out
early on.
properly.
You know the new guy that we're talking to
Wow, that's missed a lot.
in the chat? Shannon timed him out and
Tried
hit
to
me.
get the drive away, timed it poorly. Lucky
Because
for the ball.
apparently he was spamming.
I
I
saw
said,
something
Shannon.
about how... Yeah, he said something about spamming.
But he wasn't spamming though.
He was saying a lot of messages, but it's not like he was saying the same thing. Like, he was having a conversation.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said to Shannon.
That's completely normal.
A little
Yeah, that's completely normal.
easy run.
It's only once they start spamming. Spamming's only like when you're
They repeat the same
not
thing.
doing anything. It's only when you're not doing anything that's productive, and then they just keep spamming that thing that's not
First
productive.
wicket is down.
Like if you're just like talking, you're like engaging in conversation and
Can't believe they got
typing
like
shit.
that.
Just that's That's people like engaging. Like that's not spamming. Just because other people don't respond, that's not the person's fault it's typing.
Yeah, I might have to take Shannon's mod away if he keeps doing that.
Brilliant shot that.
Fine placement and
I don't want to do it, but I might have to.
It can be very disheartening seeing good delivery smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on. Doesn't beat the infield. Six runs added there. The Hurricanes are 1 for 6. Stanley coming on, obviously hoping the pace will cause some...
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the fireworks. And I'm gonna be doing the video as well. So about 10 to 12 I might head off outside, enjoy the fireworks and wish people Happy New Year as well.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Super shot that.
4 runs.
They got it well away.
Darcy Short hits the boundary.
Cut it off. Stanley giving away too much width.
Thought it got past them, but a fantastic dive to cut it off.
Oh no,
4 overthrows. The throw was unnecessary.
4 over those as
Turns
soon as I
out
bloody
pretty
did that.
Stanley is finding it difficult to contain this pair at the moment. My advice would be to go back to your stock delivery and move on from there. Couldn't get it through the field.
A little late on that. No run scored.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Quick onto that in the infield. End of the over. 9 off it. The Hurricanes are 1 for 50.
Instead of fireworks, it feels like it's like someone's having a shootout.
Yeah, pretty much.
Another super shot onto the front foot.
This
sent
sound,
it the full
yeah,
face
this
of the
sounds
bat,
like the
got it into the gap,
Wild
and all
West
the
of
way to
the
the rope.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. I can certainly hear it.
Deserved.
Good batting, lovely timing.
My
Hardly
one's
even
on too
lent
late
on
at
it.
the moment.
Was always headed for the
I
boundary.
can hear it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I can't hear it.
Well taken. Had a lot
Got
of work to
him.
do.
Got Darcy Short out for 16.
Well, they lose the second wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds, and you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
So is there any like Collingwood questions that you want to get out there?
Fielded with that shot.
Don't know.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on that shot.
How many do you reckon? Like, do you reckon we'll have anyone that'll make the All-Australian squad?
I reckon 4.
End of the over. 8 off it. The Hurricanes are 2.
Who do you think they'll be?
Captain can now put 5 fielders outside the circle.
Nick Dacos potentially.
As an All-Australian in his first year.
Stanley from the river end.
Oh, it's possible. Jack Cripps.
Has there been anyone that's done that in their first year that made All-Australian?
Edge.
I don't know.
Huge appeal.
But you think he'll have that good of a year where he'll get the rising start and he'll be a All-Australian?
Potentially, yeah, an All-Australian.
Yep. Lovely timing.
Jack Crisp, Brady Maynard, potentially, and I think if Jordan Gary's in, he'd definitely get it. If not him, I think it could be Taylor Adams.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Is there anyone that you think is going to surprise?
Yep.
Craner.
That you haven't mentioned
Really
yet?
floated it up there.
Yeah, I think Crainer's a banana.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good.
I don't think he'll be All-Australian worthy, but I think he'll definitely, like, people will be thinking a lot more higher of Crainer.
And Brody Mychek could potentially get a chance at All-Australian.
Very late on the shot.
Him and Jamie Eller, if they have good years this next year.
Checkers isn't half a bad shout, actually. Actually, here's a question. Do you think that we'll have anyone that will contend for Coleman?
Bowler is confident on this.
Or do you think it'll be more like, it'll be an even spread?
Probably an even spread. I think Rusco will be a surprise as a
Because how many goals do you need to kick to win the Coleman? 65?
at least.
Yeah.
As a half defender, yeah, I think Roscoe will surprise a few.
Oh, casual fans, yeah. But I mean, if you saw his back half, then I don't think he'll be a surprise at all.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here for that.
I think the other thing too is a lot of people.
Clipped away nicely behind.
I feel like he gets a rap of like. I don't think people understand how tall he is too.
9 runs.
Yeah.
He plays very small, but like he's actually 190, 193 I think he is.
The right arm.
Yeah, at least.
So I'm pretty sure he's 193 centimeters. But yet, you know, how good is it we get someone of that height that can play that small? Like he basically plays similar to like a Quainer or a Noble,
Coming into the attack.
you know, potentially a Nick Dacos sort of thing of half back.
Oh shit, yeah.
But, but the dude's 193 centimeters. Like,
Pretty
I don't know
much.
how many players that can go out there and do that. And we got him like really cheap in the draft too. Like we got him as like a 4th round, in memory, because he was one of those guys that he was like one of the last ones we picked up. Like he was like he.
Fold him!
Didn't know where it was going.
So I
Knocked
could
him
have
over.
sworn that he was.
So that's the 3rd wicket down. Not a happy person walking off the field. There's a real feeling of disappointment.
It's not that late.
Got that away nicely.
And he's only 22.
Nothing really
By
wrong
20
with the
as
delivery.
well, so-
Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
How many peaks did they go to?
Quick in the field, but the running is quicker. Probably safe. even if they'd hit. No pressure.
Man, I know I love my fireworks,
Line
but
is
too
finding the
early,
gap that
man.
allows for rotation of the strike and keeps the pressure on the bowlers.
Great shot.
4 runs.
Exquisite.
You could see by how it whistled
So-
just how sweet
So I could have sworn he was the last guy who
9
picked
runs
up,
added in
and
that
I remember
over.
it just being such a late
Hurricanes
pick.
are 3-41.
Collingwood, oh yeah, Jay Rantel, and then it must have been, yeah, the Jay Rantel and Bianco draft.
Coulter Nile coming into the attack from the river end.
Yeah, after him there was another nine
Brilliant
picks.
diving stop.
So he was in the last 10 picks.
Got hit to the boundary last ball and comes back with a dot.
And then who did we get in the rookie draft? We passed the first one.
Loud shout.
Oh, we didn't get anybody in the rookie draft.
Oh no, why did I just do that?
Has a shy at the stumps, but they were well safe. And to add insult to injury, the ball flies to the boundary.
Twice I did that.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Picked up ball with a lovely shot off the front foot.
Always difficult.
But no,
to
how
focus
good is that
after
though?
what happened
193
last ball.
centimetres and he's
But
basically
you
a
just
small
got to stay
defender.
positive and believe the wicket will come.
Actually, I'll just confirm that actually, just to make sure. I'm not talking in mask, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Yeah, 193 it says on Google. On the Collingwood website, 193, yep.
Timing just a little early on that occasion.
Coulter Nile has had a pretty good over. Just needed a
Alright.
bit more luck to find a wicket.
Let's see how we go here.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary.
Had all the time in the world to get in position to play that ball. Timed it nicely for 4 runs.
Misses everything.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning.
But so with Rusco, because obviously Tom, as you said, that he's going to be a surprise. Like, do you see him being an All-Australian, or do you just see him playing every game at Collingwood? Like, how far do you think he'll surprise?
That was pure elegance, right out of the textbook, that shot.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions clear.
It was a good comeback after that boundary last ball.
Actually, you know what one actually, I think I had mentioned it, but anyway, screw it. One of the, obviously, I don't know how much he's going to surprise this year, but at least through the kids that we got through the
Touch it
draft.
nicely into the gap. Pick up a single.
In terms of taking into account who people are saying are going to surprise, the fact that nobody's saying that he's going to surprise, I don't think he'll be like the big. He has the biggest upside in terms of how he'll be the best draftee that we pick up. But because no one's talking about him, I think people are sleeping on Harvey Harrison a bit.
He reckons that he'll have a breakout season, Tom says. Yeah, I understandable. I think he might.
Yeah, it's like so kind of similar to what maybe Quainer will have. He'll have a great year, but not like an All-Australian year. Because there are a lot of players I feel like that are in that bracket. Like Quainer's one of them. So Quainer, Roscoe.
Does very well to get quickly across to that one.
I think Maynard's going to have a breakout year. I think the breakout year to the point where I think he'll be an All-Australian.
Yeah, I think he will be.
Cuts that off well in the infield. Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
Yeah.
Perfectly timed.
You want to know that something that will... It's not necessarily a player that will surprise, but I'll also have a prediction where, just in general, I think that in just how we use the forward line, people will be surprised. I think we'll go from a team... It may not be like this amazing forward line on paper from a player's point of view, but I think the structure we'll have in the forward line, how we accumulate all of our goals, I think a lot of people will be surprised in how many goals we actually kick this year.
The Hurricanes are 3-64.
Because when you have such a solid backline and you have midfielders that actually kick the ball and hit targets, you know, and then you also have a lot of guys that are playing defence that don't turn the ball over too.
Yeah.
One of the, I mean, it's kind of inevitable, but the amount of times that, you know, I saw players like Imagine,
Good shot. Found the gap.
like Noble. I don't think Murphy did it too many times.
A couple on offer here.
The third was there. They would have made
but you know,
it
those
easily.
like types.
They've instead opted to play it safe.
I feel like when you
Maybe a little
put
too
someone
safe.
like, when you take out someone like Imagine and put in a Roscoe, I think like you become such a better side and a lot more cleaner side too. So those goals that you just leave because of just personal mistakes or player mistakes, that's also another thing that we're also going to clean up too.
Sometimes you just have to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
So when you lose a game by 3 goals and you find out that, you know, between say 3 players, they gave up say 5 goals. Like the amount of times like Noble just gave the ball to the opposition and they kicked the goal, or like when Madge just completely like shits himself and just tries to bomb it out of defence but shanks it and somebody marks it 40 metres out.
Just can't seem
Yeah,
to get
no.
the ball away.
The fact that we're going to
That's
have
the
players
third
like
dot
that
ball.
not in the side, and potentially, hopefully, that we have guys that are a lot more reserved and cool, calm and collected.
A lovely shot. Cleared the front leg and got down low and picked that up
I think
easily.
that's like
with a
also
sweep
another
forward.
thing. The more I think about it, the more I'm just like, no,
really
we're
well to
guaranteed
keep the pressure
finals.
on these two. Another good
And then,
open
like,
ball.
I haven't even like started in this conversation. I haven't even started talking about how good Fly will be. Like, the fact that he not only he's going to keep players accountable, so when they have bad games, he'll let them know.
That's great.
But then just like tactically,
Got
like
the boundary last
I
one.
would be,
Punches it
or not
off
that I'd be
for a
shocked,
single.
but like
Excellent batting.
I just can't wait to play a season where every week there's always a midfielder getting somewhere near like 40 touches a game against us.
A juicy delivery like that on leg
Like that's
stump
one of the
isn't
things that
gonna be
you
missed by this
shit
batter.
me up the
They just
wall with
put it
Buckley
away.
because, and then the whole like damage control press conference that he would have was like, oh, he's just a good player. It's like, well, so? Like you're telling me that like he can then play the next week and get tagged, doesn't even feature in the double digits of disposals, but then you're gonna like somehow claim that he's like this invincible player. Like, can't, like there's just got to be some level of accountability, surely.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, what's his name? Like, friggin' Parrish. Like, Parrish killed us on Anzac Day and had, what, 40 touches. We put Rantel on him and he didn't even... I don't think he figured in the couple digits for disposals. Like, I don't know about you, but at least that's good coach. Like, at least that's a good plan to be like, hey, let's tag this person. Give it to a kid that's, you know, shitting himself for a spot every week and be like, hey, you do this role, then you play every week. Like... that was one of the best things that Paulie Bucks ever did. Oh, sorry, Harvey did when he was coaching. Because the only really tagger that we had was really Greenwood. But even he was mainly a small defender that we had too. That was a small defender that was actually a midfielder. Actually, you want to know one prediction that I'll even say too?
What's that?
I think by the season's end, we are going to see so clearly how much of a difference the Collingwood coaching is when Fly has just one full season as a coach. And we're going to point out so many things that, oh, this is what Fly did and this is what Bucks did.
Yep.
And it's literally the yin and yang on the good way and the wrong way. Or the good way and the bad way of doing things. Like, I'm just to have someone tactically that's just super sound is such an enticing thought at the moment.
Use it out.
Like the fact that
is it coming back enough or is it missing the stumps?
Like, oh, I just cannot
so far,
wait
no
just
issue
to...
with the bounce. Well, the margin in this game can be so fine. And it's unfortunate in the end,
It's
but
like
if you're the
just...
batter, you're still there.
We can finally, like, be a part of a team and, like, look at it and go... Like, actually even, like, one of the things that Bucks would always do, and he would do it 2 or 3 games in the year, where he would actually just coach and he would actually, like, mix things around. And even though it was like a 3-year-old on the piano, but at least it was like freaking something.
Yeah.
And like, you know, there was, I think we played Hawthorn last year in 2020, I think it was. And people going in, like, were thinking, oh, Clarkson's this genius and blah blah and all that stuff. And friggin' Buckley just kept moving pieces around. Like, he put Stevenson in the back line, like he did so many things that were different, and they just threw Clarkson off as a whole.
Yeah.
And
Bolton will be a good pickup if he was good on Clarko. Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah. I think we just gotta, because a lot of people can say, oh yeah, look, he did shit at Carlton. I think we need to look at that and go, I think whenever you have a team that's going that bad and they just run as bad as what Carlton are, I think you need to put that more towards the blame of Carlton than the blame of Bolton. Because a coach can only do with what he's given with. And if he's... it's like Malthouse. Like, if Malthouse can't deliver Carlton a premiership, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like even as you were saying, was it today or yesterday, Kev, how Malthouse literally went to Carlton, when was it, in 2013 or whatever it was, and basically said to them, like, this team will not win a premiership, so either we gut it now and we have success for the future, or we just stick to close enough is good enough, and maybe we make a couple of semi-finals in the next 4 or 5 years.
And I'll tell you one thing as well, Clark's, on Footy Classified, they mention it, there was reports of that. and yet people be like, oh, you know, Mick Mulder screwed us up, blah blah blah. Yeah, no, mate, Carlton did. 2011, they were 3 points away. They played in the finals, but they could only go as far as the elimination final and the semi-finals. They could not go any further. And it got to a point where people were saying, like even North Melbourne, they weren't a top 4 team at all, North Melbourne. They were a team that was bottom half of the top 4 and just playing a prelim, and that's all they were doing. And Craig Hutchinson even said that. Like, they need to start playing kids. You know, they've got their 50, 100 games into these players, but they got Del Santo, they got Harvey, and the reason why they weren't doing that well is because they rely on 1 or 2 players. That was it. It was put up or shut up. Cameron Rooney said it himself, and he believed North would be top 2. Top 4, potentially top 2. And David King didn't have North Melbourne in the 2016. But they finished again 8th on the ladder. They got off to a good start. They had their patch where they were bad, and then they only finished in 8th spot. They played Adelaide and they lost to Adelaide in that only final. So that tells you that does tell you that, you know, teams like Carlton, they weren't going to go anywhere. Like, if they kept Bratton and they did terrible the following year, because they only got in on technicality. It was because of Essendon's drug scandal. If that didn't happen, Carlton would not have played finals in 2013. Simple.
Into the gap, nice shot.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
At least with Malthouse, we've had a rebuild. 2003, okay, we thought maybe we might have to change the list. We did another rebuild in 2004, 2005, and we jumped up to finals 7 years straight, and that's telling you something. And we played in the grand final.
I mean, I'm just confused on how, like, Carlton can literally be as bad as they are, but then I literally have people on Twitter claiming that Malthouse is the reason that Carlton has been relevant for the last 20 years.
I don't think it was Malthouse.
No, it's not. That's my whole point, is how stupid that whole conversation is. Like, oh, Malthouse is the reason why we've been this way. It's like, but you've been irrelevant for the last 20 years. Malthouse only came like 6 years ago. So what the hell were you doing the last?
Because Mark Murphy mentioned it. Mark Murphy mentioned it. Said, "Oh, we should have stuck with Brett Ratty, but we went with Malthouse as well." And Carlton's board, and when Carlton appointed him, it was to win a premiership. Eddie Mick destroy Carlton. I don't think that's the case. It's a funny meme that's going on.
It's a funny, like, story that I'd love to be true, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Good piece of fielding to stop.
Like, Malthouse went to Carlton in spite of Eddie, if anything. Like, he wanted to go to the enemy and make Carlton better just to shove it up Eddie.
Yeah.
That's literally what happened.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Quick onto that in the infield.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yeah, I know, man. I know exactly what you meant. It's... Oh, 100%.
Especially when you had a coach that literally had every player happy. Every player was like...
This will be the first over of the power play. This pair should be really trying to push the scoring rate along.
Like, I'm not kidding when I'm saying, like, we literally ruined a dynasty. Like, you want to claim, like, the dynasties that Geelong, Hawthorn, Richmond have had over the recent times. We were going to have ours. Like, even Daisy and Peter even said the same. Like, they reckon they were robbed of, like, 2, 3, 4 premierships, or whatever it was.
A really good 50.
I tend to agree with that.
These two are looking strong. It's going to take something special to break it up.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing. No pressure as they found a gap.
The timing on that shot was just perfect. Brilliant shot. It was a boundary the moment it hit the ball.
But it just sounds like someone's like shooting off in car. Like someone's...
Oh, that's it, it was.
Mass killing spree or something. I've always been laughing at that, but that's all I can think of.
That is a masterclass of batting.
Like someone's just completely just gone apeshit and they not screw it, I'm just killing everyone on my side. Which is probably something I shouldn't be
That's off
laughing
the
at.
middle of the bat.
That sometime at this point.
Really good innings to bring up the half century. Impressive batting, and we'll want to push on from here.
There'll be one run here for them.
There was absolutely a second on then, being a little bit too risk-averse out the middle.
Zampa from the river end. That's right off the meat of the bat.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
This match is getting unbelievably exciting and the crowd have joined the party. It's pretty noisy in the ground. Timed that brilliantly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, with the amount of premierships that we're going to come out
You
with,
just cannot hit it any better than that.
and then also, especially when if you look at all
Will you
the...
listen to the crowd? They are loving it. Difficult to hear yourself thinking here.
A little
Yeah, with the amount of like, premierships that were around, what's it called? That yeah, we could have won. I mean, it's just ridiculous that it got as far as it did.
11:33, guys.
Good running, just finding the gap, and that allows for rotation of the strike and keep the pressure on the bowls.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
Yes, I got him. I got an LBW. Are they gonna review it?
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take
Let's have a look at this.
Set themselves up before facing their first ball.
Oh, it's hitting perfect.
Change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps. shout. Stanley with the ball in hand again.
Actually, I'll see if I did get kicked out.
Being kicked out of what?
Cardi's thing. Oh no, I didn't get kicked out. No, because someone hacked Cardi's Discord channel.
Absolutely nailed it.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter, right at the top of their game. The captain making some adjustments to the field here. Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary. Bit of a change up in the field now.
Nice shot.
In the end, they lofted it with ease over the top. Not far away from going all the way, 4 runs, great to watch.
Too much room, got what it deserved.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope, punch that away through the covers with exquisite timing.
Doesn't want to bowl it there. Over pitch and helped to the boundary.
Top class innings, been playing very nicely out there, and that brings up the half century.
End of the over, 24 off it. The Hurricanes are 5.
I think I'm gonna head off.
Oh, alright, cool, man. No, I haven't, but I might do that. Yeah. Oh, happy New Year, man. By the way.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, happy to tune in and do
Cool to Nile coming
good.
back.
Yeah, just turn up and stuff. And yeah, I'll obviously catch you guys whenever I'm available and just go from there.
Alright, cool. I might probably end the stream myself.
Shot, found the gap.
Yeah.
And about that, yeah, happy New Year, Tom.
The moment the ball left the bat, can't time that any better.
Alright, all good.
Perfection.
I'll see you guys when I see you. Yeah, happy New Year, everyone. Real quick before I forget. And yeah, I'll
Middle
see
that
you guys
one,
whenever I
great
see you guys.
timing.
It was full, and good night. Hit it well to pick up four.
See you, everyone.
Alright, see you, man.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Got hit to the boundary last ball, and comes back with a dot.
Caught. What a position to set there.
Got him.
Really getting to the tail enders now. 6 wicket gone. That's not a lot left in this lineup.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled. Good shot. A beauty.
Full and good night. Just lent on that. Didn't have to do much. And got 4. Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive. The right arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Huge edge. A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond. Beaten on the drive.
Is it out? This could be out. No, not out.
Nicked it. Gosh, he's sure of this. They were so quick behind the stumps. This looks gone. And taken. Superb delivery.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
Loud appeal.
I don't think that's out. I think that could be... No, that's missing. So, yeah. Alright, guys.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Got to boundary. Last ball. Punches it into the gap to get a single. Excellent batting.
Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries. That's out. Caught.
Got him. So we're ramping up here with the wickets and we're dominating.
A lot of pressure coming to the crease. Not had the best of weeks leading game and will want to show everyone their strength. Doesn't beat the infield.
Is that out?
Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire.
Ooh, close. A direct hit is out. That is out, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go.
Another one goes off to the sheds. That's 9 down. Some good bowling finding this tail out, and it certainly feels like this is close to the finish.
Threw the hands at it, somehow missed everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play. Yep.
4 runs. It's not gonna matter. We're gonna hang on and win this game regardless.
Maxwell, don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment. Drives and misses everything.
With a superb
14 minutes, guys. Last ball of the day.
That ball was just an invitation that was accepted by return of post. Coulter Nile will be disappointed with that delivery.
That's the end of a very good over. Good pressure being put on the batters. This was a lot closer than it looked on paper. What a fantastic game. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. See you very soon.
Alright guys, I am going to end the stream right there. Thank you very much for watching. 7 likes. Happy New Year, guys. I will be out there watching the fireworks and getting all this content for you guys as well. But until then, like, comment, share and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours. Get all the pies. Thank you very much for being there for me for whenever I needed it, and it's gonna make you guys smile. That's all I care about. But until then, that's the end of my stream. Until next day, Happy New Year and bye for now.